So we weren't really expecting any of these eggs to hatch until next weekend, but today is Sunday, April 17th, and when I got up in the middle of the night last night, this little fellow was up to meet me, and he or she came from a light brown egg, one of the smaller eggs, and I'm not exactly sure what he or she is going to be, but there she is. She's our early bird. And this green stuff in the middle is something that Dave found on the internet. It is like a chick gel that has all the necessary vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, probiotics, yada yada in it. You can't really give them water when they're this tiny, but this is very wet so that they do get a little water when they peck at it. And now we have a second egg here, one of the blue eggs that there's a little hole and somebody's starting to come out. So we will give you another update in a few hours and let you know how this fellow's doing, and we expect to see some activity from the rest of the eggs soon. So that is our chickie update for today. Hello again. It is about 7 in the evening, April 17th, 2016. And here's our chick from earlier this morning. She's doing quite well. She's been eating her food here. And let's see, progress on the blue one. A little bit bigger hole, but nobody is coming out yet. Hopefully by the end of the evening this one will crack open, but we do have some activity on this one, which is, I think this is possibly an Easter egg or two. Yeah, there's some movement there, if you can catch it. A little bit of movement. I'm going to leave it here for a second. Maybe you can see. None of the other eggs look like they are peeping yet. No. Not that I can see. This one is more active than the blue one, actually. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah. This one will definitely be out before the evening's over. Yeah. Maybe before this video is over if I'm really lucky. Okay. You might have noticed the stickers on some of these eggs. I just wanted to explain what they are. We took the egg turner out when we realized we had 20 eggs and not enough room in the turner, and the turner wasn't working well. It was sticking. So we've been turning these eggs by hand 3 times a day, once in the morning, once around noontime, and once before we go to bed. And to help ourselves remember which end was up last, we put a sticker on one side so that we could turn them carefully. And the stickers say heaven, little phrases about heaven, because they were leftover stickers from our Sunday school class. And we just wanted to use something that was not very likely to be toxic, because little kids had their tongues on these stickers, you know. So I'm sure that they're non-toxic. We could have marked the eggs with a Sharpie, but I was warned that Sharpies are like, sometimes they're toxic and they penetrate the wall of the egg very readily, and if they are toxic, they could do some damage to the birds. So that's why we have stickers on the eggs instead. So there's my blue one. Blue is very slow going, but there has been some progress. And of course, there's this one, which a lot of activity there.
Oh yeah.
So I also wanted to give you an update on the barred rocks, and wow, that's coming next.
Wow, she's like...
And last but not least, here's the barred rocks in the bathtub still, but they're not going to be here for long because we need to free this space to put the new chicks in. And these ones are, I guess you guys are 4 weeks old now? Something like that. And if you notice, you can see the variegated feathers a lot more prominently now. And you can see some of us are starting to get combs on our foreheads. But if you notice, these two, this one here, you see how this one and this one far in the back are darker feathers than the other 4. There's 4 light grays and 2 dark grays. Well, we looked this up online, and I am very sad to tell you that the advice that we found online says that the light gray ones are all going to be roosters. So that's 4 roosters, as opposed to the darker gray ones are supposedly going to be hens. So we only got 2 hens out of the 6. And the 4 roosters, I'm very sorry to say, will probably wind up going to freezer camp, as I have heard my friend J0 say. I am going to buy a rooster collar, and we'll select one of the roosters and see if that's a viable option for one of them. If we can have a rooster and keep the racket down, the collar is supposed to keep them from taking a very deep breath, and therefore they will not be able to crow at top volume. They will still crow, or at least try to crow, but it will be very much toned down. And that is the theory behind the collar. And if it works, fine. Okay, so not the end. No sooner was I done filming the barred rocks that this one that was starting to peep, quite dark colored.
Yeah.
She popped out of her egg completely. And so here she is flopping around. I've seen this behavior before. I mean, she only hatched minutes ago, so she is still finding her feet. And you're not really supposed to help them much, because if you help them, it doesn't help them. But now this one that was born during the night last night has a little buddy who is out, and hopefully the blue one back here will be joining them shortly, I hope. A little, tiny bit more progress, not very much. And nobody else seems to be cracking open today that I can see.
Hey.
But these ones are going to be buddies.
Yeah, well, they don't pick on each other.
Those look like awfully dark. That could be a barred rock, could be one of those black Australorps. I don't know. I'm guessing. This mark on the lighter chick on the back of her head, that is just some dried blood that she hasn't been able to clean off yet. Alright. So, 2 down, 18 to go, and of course the 2 pheasant eggs we put in here, they're not showing any signs of activity yet, but this one is definitely coming along. So that's the update for today.
You know, it is picking up.